until until the state of New Hampshire is willing to kind of dive into this further, you're opening a big can of worms to try to say that our classrooms are 100% subject matter readiness, because we do still have to assess them.
Right.
True.
All right. Thumbs, stay or go? Thumbs up to stay? This question stays?
I'm
Don't
gonna
care.
let it go.
Let it go?
Yeah.
Let's-
I didn't think you could let it go, let it go.
All right. Again, culture and climate, schools safe place for children. Parents and community feel welcome and included in school activities. That kind of gets at what we were just doing in stakeholder relationships.
Yeah, I feel like the old number 3, parents and families are engaged in helping their students be successful.
Yeah.
Almost. It's
Yep.
the same thing.
Yep, and people seem generally happy and content with school. I think, again, that we've addressed that in the stakeholder relationships piece.
So we want to keep the safety place.
But mind keeping yourself up, having a hard time hearing and getting some feedback from your phone.
I'm sorry, Nicole?
Yep. My furnace just came on.
Oh,
Sorry. I'll
Thank
start
you.
with,
must be cold out. All right.
I think it's relevant.
Thank you, Brenda.
I think the safe question is relevant.
It's relevant
Yeah.
to us.
Do we want to keep it worded as it is, school is a safe place, or Croydon Village, are we looking Croydon Village schools specifically? Are we looking at safety protocols? I mean, I know safety in schools is kind of a loaded topic
It
right
is.
now, you know, and
It is.
like there's emotional safety and
There
then
is.
there's physical
Right.
safety. I know I heard some questions about the accessibility of our buildings recently. You know, so I would feel like if we're going to ask about it, we should spell out, are we asking just about CVS? Are we asking about the other schools too? And are we talking about like a secure campus or
I think
more
we have,
broadly?
yeah, I think we have to limit to these 2 buildings.
Okay.
I think maybe we could make that 2 questions, just like we did with the other one above.
Mhm.
And, you know, are we emotionally safe? Are we physically safe?
Mhm.
We continue to work on security here, but
Right.
we're not a very secure school.
Yeah. No office staff to buzz people in.
Luckily, the best is to get out my back door over here.
Physically. With a Y.
Physically? Is a physically
Yes,
safe
and maybe
place.
emotionally.
Same with emotion.
Emotional, yeah, right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Sure.
Whoops.
Gosh.
Okay.
We covered some of that above. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same for staff. I mean,
Oh.
is it a safe place to work?
So should it just not even have for children and just say, is an emotionally safe place,
Yeah,
period?
for children and staff.
Oh, Ed's shaking his head, and I actually think this question could turn off some
I think,
tough people.
I don't necessarily
Like,
know if it's gonna
"Ah,
turn off tough
emotional
people. I think
safety."
that it's gonna create confusion.
Mm,
Because what I would, do I think that there's physical hazards in the classroom? Not necessarily.
yeah.
I think you can go out back and hit your head on a rock. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it would be more about, do kids get in fights?
Yeah.
You know, is
but
it-
that doesn't,
yeah, all that
I mean,
kind
I'm
of
just
stuff.
saying it doesn't read that way.
Yeah.
Depending on how the person is reading that question. I mean,
right.
there's a bunch of
Open
sticks
to a
out the
lot of
back.
interpretation.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I would do if I was an 8-year-old. I'd be having sword fights out back. So I mean, I don't know. I think,
Not on her watch.
oh, you've never seen me. I'd be out behind the woodshed. You forgot all about the fat kid, trust me.
gets at, with the respect, the emotional safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just feel like asking, like, if we're gonna ask about safety, we should be more specific. Maybe it was
Generally,
just that it's
in culture and
physically
climate,
safe.
there's a question usually about safety.
Mhm.
How do they feel safe?
Yeah,
However you might define that, if you're, different in some way,
Mhm.
do you feel safe because you're different?
Right.
Or do you get bullied? Do you get,
Mhm.
so, I mean, that's generally what culture and climate is looking at. Is it safe for people to be different, to be themselves, not be shamed?
So maybe
I would say
I
that
walk back all my-
welcoming.
So what if, do you feel Croydon Village School is a safe place to express yourself physically and emotionally?
I don't necessarily like the express yourself because when I think safety, I'm thinking of somebody coming through the door with a
Yeah.
gun. That's,
I think
that's where my brain
Yeah.
goes. I'm not thinking about the emotional side of it, but I do agree that that's as important.
Yeah.
But the first thing I think of when I read, is it a safe space, is are there precautions put in place to protect my child against somebody coming from anywhere in the front door?
So are there precautions? Or is the Croydon School District proactive about student and staff safety? And that, to me, would include what Frank was noting about if you are in some way different, is it safe?
So maybe we'll
This is
scrap
huge.
number 2, go back to a broader statement. Croydon Village School is a safe place, and leave a spot for comments.
And just have it be a yes or no, or have it be on the gradient?
A gradient.
I think the gradient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the
Mhm.
safest bet to get.
We don't have to wordsmith it to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like people are in agreement with that. Is a safe,
Yes.
okay. Done. Okay,
Okay.
time is almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we get to this last little bunch?
Yeah.
Just
Um,
so we can be done with this section.
So, yeah, so these open-ended questions here, on the right, what are the strengths of Croydon School District? What are its most important challenges? What suggestions do you have for creating cost efficiency within the budget? Do you have any questions about this committee and its work? Will you plan to attend our scheduled community meeting to hear additional information and offer input, and add the date and the time to that?
Do we need number 3 since we already had several questions about budget?
Did
Including,
we ask for an open-ended one on that?
yeah, I think we did.
We did.
I think we did. Yeah, do you have any specific